Welcome back to The Huddle on 840 Fox Sports Radio. The Huddle brought to you by our friends at 956sports.com. And, of course, served up every Saturday by our friends at da-da-da-da-da.
McDonald's?
I'm loving it.
No, you didn't say McDonald's, though.
No, I was waiting on you. Were just going to say, I'm loving it. And I was going to come back and say, I love it.
That's not my, that's Jake's job.
See?
He usually gets that right.
He's a slacker, dude. And the guy's on the road this morning. Apparently, he has his first traveling team basketball game.
Wow.
Yeah, with his daughter. I was like, are you the coach? Or he goes,
you know he is.
He kind of mumbles through it. And then,
I thought they were just going to the beach because they're like going to Corpus or something.
Yeah, no.
They must be a good team.
This is a business trip, brother.
Wow.
They're on their way to play some hoops.
He's one of those dads, huh?
He should stop by because we know how big of a Cowboy fan Jake is. He should stop by Mattress Galleria at 1001 East Jackson Avenue in McAllen before he heads out, because he's going to want to get hooked up with those preseason game tickets. Now, you can stop in now and register for your chance to win tickets to both preseason games. Our winner will be announced here on 956sports.com and The Huddle, and it's free. So all you got to do is drop in. Plus, while you're there, make sure you pick up a brand new and comfortable mattress, because if you're not sleeping right, if you're not getting the right amount of rest, if your back, if your leg, if your neck is hurting every morning when you wake up, that's probably a sign that you have a bad mattress, and our friends at Mattress Galleria want to change that. So they're going to hook you up with a 15% discount, but you got to stop in today, and you got to go in and tell them that the folks from The Huddle and 956sports.com sent you. 1001 East Jackson Avenue in McAllen. It's Mattress Galleria. Register for 2 tickets to both preseason games that the Dallas Cowboys will be playing in, and we broke it down. It's Miami and St. Louis?
Correct.
Miami and St. Louis. You can register for those games.
One's like a Wednesday night, remember? It's like a Wednesday night game.
Yep. So stop on by Mattress Galleria, 1001 East Jackson Avenue in McAllen, and make sure that you are registered and ready to go. Anybody who's been surfing by 956sports.com lately has seen our man Reynaldo Leal. He is a contributing writer, and he wrote a very interesting piece and included some pictures. So we need to give him a tip of the cap for that one, because Ray, let's bring you on the show and talk about this new football team that the Valley's got. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Well, Tony, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. Tell me about this team that you covered the other day.
Well, I went to the McAllen Mystics practice the other day, and took some photos and spoke with their GM, Alexia, and they're allowing me for 956 Sports to travel with them on their charter bus to San Antonio for their first game in the Sugar and Spice Football League.
The Sugar and Spice Football League. This is an all-women's football league, right?
It's an all-women's, full-contact football league, and there's 5 teams in the league. They're in Austin, San Antonio, Corpus Christi, Laredo, and here in McAllen, RGV.
All right, so we have the RGV Mystics. I know the Laredo Roses.
Right.
The Corpus team is it's not the Mermaids, I want to say.
It is. It's the Mermaids.
Wow. It is the Mermaids.
We got the Austin Angels and the team that they're playing today in San Antonio, to the San Antonio Cowgirls.
The San Antonio Cowgirls. And Alexia is the general manager. Is she also a part of the team, or is she part of the leadership group of the Sugar and Spice League? How does that work?
I think, from what I saw, she's the coordinator for all the ladies that come in and want to play. She makes sure that they have all their equipment. She makes sure that they have all their paperwork done. And then you have the coaching staff led by Santiago Cruz. And, you know, they have a 30-team roster. Actually, they told me a couple weeks ago they had a tryout. They had some tryouts, and 70 people came, 70 ladies came to try out. And they had to, whittle it down to 30 players.
Wow, so they have a 30-player roster, and double that showed up to try out.
Right, exactly. And they play by arena. It's a mix between Arena Football League rules and some NCAA rules. So they're hoping that they can they can start playing over at the State Farm Arena. This is what I was told, because the style is very much like the lingerie league, although the uniforms aren't as skimpy.
Right.
But
he said, wait, hold on. You said as skimpy, so they are kind of skimpy then, or?
Well, not really.
Okay.
The lingerie league is on on a whole other level when it comes to what they wear.
Yes, correct.
But they do play. If you are familiar with the lingerie league, then you're familiar with the style of play. They do play in an arena.
All right, but for right now, these girls are practicing outside, and they're actually. I know the Laredo Roses were supposed to hold their games at the brand new Unitrade Stadium in Laredo, and that's an outdoor venue.
Right, exactly. So it's one of those. It's a brand new league. They're trying to figure out exactly where they're going to play, exactly how they're going to play. But the bottom line is these girls can play. I didn't know what to expect when I went to go to the practice, and you see them as they're practicing, and they're covered in bruises. They're all about the game. It's not some some beauty pageant or anything like that. They're there to play.
It's not the high school powder puff game when the girls go out there and just kind of play like girls. They're out there just hitting hard and stuff.
They're hitting hard. They're running their plays. And they're serious about wanting to win. They're very competitive from what I saw.
So do the Mystics have any home games this season, or are they just strictly the traveling team?
Right now they're trying to lock in State Farm Arena so that they can play at home.
Okay.
But for right now, they're going to go play San Antonio, and I think they're just the girls. What they really want is just to play this game and see how it goes. And I think the coaching staff is looking forward to just playing this game and seeing how it goes. As far as the league, they definitely want a place to play, a home field to play.
So Ray, when you see these girls practicing and you see the effort that they're putting into it, let's break it down like this. Would you say it's like a varsity football, a JV football, a freshman football, or a middle school football? What talent level are we looking at there?
Hey, it's kind of tough for me to say that because
you got to go on the bus with them to San Antonio, and if you speak any bad things about them, you ain't going on the bus.
No, it's not that. It's almost like saying like
got many on hold.
Like watching, let's say basketball, like boys basketball in high school and,
right.
and girls basketball in high school.
Right.
They're both varsity, but like you said, there's a different level. But there's also a different level of how much. Like, you ever see a loose ball in girls basketball?
Yes.
And how many of them throw themselves on the floor?
All 10 of them do.
All 10 of them do, and that's the point with this. It's not about varsity or junior high or the level. It's how much they're willing to just put out there, and they're willing to put everything out there. So it's hard for me to say this is varsity or JV. It's not the NFL, it's not college football, but they're putting it all out there, so I can't really give you a level. You know what I mean? And
athleticism-wise, are we going to see maybe a 20-yard hook and ladder? Are we going to see something like that, or is?
I think so. They got actually in the quarterback. The quarterback's name is Yoli Pena, and she's actually very athletic.
The former boxer?
She's the boxer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She used to be a boxer, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And
she could be a model.
Most of them could be, but that's you have a personal trainer. And former college athlete Nicole Stoffel. She's she goes out there as a receiver. She's like 5'10", 5'11".
Wow.
Yeah. So it's one of those. You just have to take it for what it's worth and know that these girls are athletes first, and then they're giving it all they got.
Ray, on a totally separate level, we'll wrap up. The Mystics, when are they playing in San Antonio?
They play today. If I'm not mistaken, the game is at 6 o'clock in San Antonio. Tonight,
6 o'clock in San Antonio. On a totally separate level, you actually last night on Facebook posted an article that Rick Riley wrote on the entire Joe Paterno situation.
I did, yeah.
I didn't get a chance to read through it. I just read a couple of comments. What was the article about, and what did Riley say?
I think what the whole article was Rick Riley looking back at another article that he had written a very long time ago for Sports Illustrated on Joe Paterno, and how for me it was how sports writers sometimes are in the business of hero making, and he thought throughout this whole Jerry Sandusky trial and episode, he thought that maybe Joe Pa was just too old or too nice to understand what was really going on. But after the free report and what was found out that, there was a institution-wide cover-up on what was going on, he felt almost betrayed, and it's almost like he should have known better. He should have known that this guy wasn't a saint, that he was flawed, and that's pretty much what he goes through. He has some pretty harsh words in the end for the Penn State program and the school, and what he hopes happens to it. I don't think he's looking for the athletes to be punished, for the actual program to be punished.
Right.
But he thinks the school should definitely be held accountable for covering this up, because according to the free report, in 1998, this was brought up to everyone's attention, and if they would have turned him in at that point, they would have actually prevented 8 separate cases of child molestation.
Wow.
After 1998.
So if they'd have done it in 98 and brought it up and handled it when, they wouldn't have been going through what they've gone through, the last couple of months.
Absolutely. If you want, I can read you the excerpt from the story. Paterno's cowardice and ego and fears allowed Sandusky to molest at least 8 more boys in the years after that 1998 incident.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I've read everything from the program suffered enough, let him go, to an SMU type death penalty for the Penn State program.
The death penalty is one of those things where I don't think you'll see again after what happened to SMU. And you'll have 2 camps where they say, definitely you should. Penn State should drop the hammer on Penn State. But then again, you look at it and you say, the athletes, this was not something that the athletes were involved in. Mm-hmm. This is not something that most people knew about. But definitely, you're going to see the school suffer from civil suits. There's definitely going to be repercussions for Penn State.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's going to be, but there definitely has to be. And I don't know what they're going to do with that statue out in front of the stadium.
I'm all for it coming down.
Yeah, me too.
You know what? If you have a black eye and that's part of what caused the black eye, then you do what you do to remove it. I'm all for letting Pete Rose into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame, but you do it without the pomp and circumstance. You just kind of one day on a Monday, you bust out the Pete Rose statue, you put it up, and you say, and it's in the very back corner, like where the kids go and they drop their gum, before they leave Canton. That's where you're going to go put it. And you're going to say, there's the statue right there. That's how I would roll it. And that's just me personally, though. But it's one of those things where, hey, listen, Joe Pa. Everybody remembers Joe Pa. We know the victories that he's had while at Penn State, but at the same time, he's also partially responsible for what they're going through now. So let's take down the statue and act like, oh, hey, that statue was there on Friday, but when we come to campus on Monday, it's not here anymore. And the kids, they're going to riot. They're going to do exactly what they did when the story broke of the entire situation of, we're all going to rally around Joe Pa because he was like everybody's grandfather. But you got to realize that not everybody's grandfather is perfect, and you're going to have these situations.
Absolutely.
So, Ray, we appreciate the time, brother, and good luck on that road trip up to San Antonio. Rick is volunteering to help carry the recorder if you need some help.
I'll be there. It'll probably.
That's fine.
I want to talk to you next week because I want to know how the bus ride was up there because I get to ride on the bus with a whole bunch of guys with the magic all the time. I want to know how it is with a football team full of girls. I want to see what the difference. We'll compare notes, man. Yeah, have a safe trip, bro.
You got it. All right.
Thanks, Ray. We appreciate it. Ray Leal, part of the 956sports.com family, joining us here in the huddle on 840 Fox Sports Radio. Good kid. He's an excellent writer. He's got some great pieces on 956sports.com. More importantly, I think he's got a great eye with the camera as well.
Yeah, lucky to have him.
There's some people that say that the picture is, and it's how you set it up, it's all in the eye of the photographer. So, great to have Ray on board. Manny Medrano, head coach of the Dollar Redskins.